නිදහස් සංවාද වැඩබිම පක්ෂ දේශපාලනයට එපිටි transcends party politics. We have no laws which enable us to take into custody people who join foreign terrorist groups. Ranil Wickremesinghe, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, says on Sky News on the 25th of April 2019.
Islamic State, a terrorist organisation, they come back to Sri Lanka. You know all of this, and no action is taken.
We knew they went to Syria, they joined the terrorist organ, but in our country to go abroad and return or to take part in a foreign armed uprising is not an offence here.
To join a terrorist, is Islamic State a terrorist group according to?
It's a terrorist group.
And they joined this terrorist group?
They gone to a terrorist group, but we have no laws which enable us to take into custody people who join foreign terrorist group. We can take those who are in, who belong to terrorist groups operating in Sri Lanka. Whether you go to Syria, whether you join the French Foreign Legion, it's the same.
Foreign Legion is a terrorist organisation.
I know, but as far as we are concerned, you go out and take arms. There's no law to prevent you from that, or for us to prosecute. But you take arms against the Sri Lankan government and the Sri Lankan state, yes. So that's a lacuna in our law.
Is this statement of the Prime Minister logically and legally compliant with international and domestic laws? This is Professor Pratibha Mahanamahewa on Nidahas.
Recently, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka had given a statement for certain international media, including Sky News and other news agencies. When we clearly analyze that statement, most of the legal luminaries and the legal community disagree for that. Certainly, I am in a point of view, there are 3 laws in Sri Lanka. Under these 3 laws, any person who gain military training in a foreign country without the permission of Sri Lanka president or illegal training, they can be arrested. And also, I will explain one by one. The first law which I am going to explain, the UN Act number 45 of 1968, which has been imposed as a state of Sri Lanka as a United Nations organization. If it is basically banned terrorist organizations in other countries, as a UN member, Sri Lanka obliged to follow those bans. So IS is banned, and also there are certain gazette notification issued in 1991, 52 special gazette notification issued 4th November 2016, 1991, 26, 1991, which specifically ban ISIS. So the first argument where I pose, Sri Lanka has a law, that is UN Act number 45 of 1968, we have a state obligation. And there are another 2 laws which specifically say general law. Even Sri Lanka, there is no emergency regulation, state of emergency, police curfew, 1887 Penal Code of Sri Lanka, section 138. Explanation 6 very clearly say, any person who has gained military training in another country illegally, a Sri Lankan, without the permission of the state or the president, once he reached this country with a reasonable limited situations, he can be arrested and questioned where he has gained this military training and what purpose. Even he may have not committed offense, or he may not plan to do a offense. He can be questioned. So that is the second law. Third one is very, very clear. Prevention of Terrorism Act 1979 still not abolished, which is still there existing in Sri Lanka. So various arguments are put in by the government. This international terrorist organization even they get the military training in other country, they cannot be arrested. But one thing it is very clear, Prime Minister forgot. They are Sri Lankans. They are not foreigners. They have gained military training in Syria, Turkey, Iraq, and other ISIS states. So once they land to Sri Lanka, it's very, very clear with a reasonable suspicion or reasonable news if you are getting information. Section 21H. I will read that section for you to get a clear idea what it says. Section 213, Section 21H. By words either spoken or intended to be read, or by signs, or by visible representations, or otherwise causes or intends to cause commission of acts of violence, or religious or racial or communal disharmony, or feelings of ill will or hostility between different communities or racial or religion groups, these people can be arrested. Even the president say these are not terrorist organizations. Okay, then I'll explain section 11, which is very clear. The Minister of Security or the Minister of Defense can impose basically regulations. So minister is the president. So minister can introduce regulations to arrest. Even they are not banned in Sri Lanka under this. And it is very, very clear. Section 9, all these offences are linked to terrorists. Now let's see. Forget about that. Now these people may not gain the training in another country, but they may have involved in the incident of Mavanel. So under 21H, the minister can easily impose a regulation, or even the state of emergency can be arrested. State of emergency was there in Digana. It was there 2 weeks and the people was arrested under extra gazette notification. But emergency regulation was introduced in this country after a lapse of time because president was not there in Sri Lanka. That is the biggest problem. Even the acting minister, I don't know who has been appointed, but whether given clear evidence for emergency regulations. And also president last night, the special gazette notification banned these two organizations after a lot of demands coming from Sri Lanka. So it is very clear the government gave enough time for these people who trained and who was involved in that to escape with that. And it is very, very clear lastly, the detention orders must be signed by the secretary to the Ministry of Defense. Now even extra gazette notification issued, 2 terrorist organizations banned in Sri Lanka. Their activities stopped now. Even the security forces can arrest them, to seize their property, to seize their money, and to arrest them and keep them in jail for 3 months, 90 days. Now I have an issue. There is a gap. Sri Lanka still we don't have a secretary to the Ministry of Defense, only acting. This can be challenged. According to PTA Act, the law is very clear. The minister is there, but the secretary is not there, only acting or covering up secretary. So what is the purpose of this regulation? Every time government is doing something, you have to be backup. So I clearly explained the laws available in Sri Lanka. Alright, even the laws are not there. Let's see why these suspects were not arrested. The information was given early. The names were given early. And president saying he is having 130 names with him. And the defense say they have all these names. Why they have not been questioned? At least we know every city in Sri Lanka there is a IRC people. They are maintaining IRC record. But Sri Lanka, for the suspected terrorism, even the act is there. ISIS, Taliban, Hamas, maybe international organization. Why Sri Lanka can't maintain a law? Why Sri Lanka can't maintain a record? These are the lapses. They just say, we don't have a law, we can't arrest, we can't do anything. Is that the position you are facing for the international organization? So very, very clear, UN Act is there in Sri Lanka. Penal Code is there in Sri Lanka. Terrorism Act is there. But the only thing, they have not properly instructed to do these things. As the Minister of Defense, President having a responsibility, Prime Minister, as the Honorable Prime Minister in Sri Lanka, has a duty. Otherwise, this will become a training center for terrorists in the world. These are all world agendas, what they are doing. They knew it. I think the former Secretary to the Defense knew it, no? He purposely said, we knew it. We never thought this is a tragedy or serious like this. That means they knew it. They only informed to whom? The top people and the politicians in Sri Lanka. So analyzing all these things, I come to one conclusion. This is where could have been prevented. President, Prime Minister, now they put the ball to the goal of IGP as well as the Defense of Ministry. But IGP also saying different things. Now we have informed. Anyway, who is responsible now? Who has to be charged? Who is paying the compensation? All these things here to satisfy certain voters in Sri Lanka to get some votes. So the legal community in Sri Lanka, legal experts in Sri Lanka, never believe Prime Minister's statements. They are not agree with the Prime Minister's statement. At least Prime Minister would have said the laws are there. We have not instructed them to implement. That is the tragedy in Sri Lanka. Similar things have happened in other countries. Japan, the foreign minister, the Minister of Defense resigned. Even in Korea, the captain gave the ship, a small ship, to the deputy captain with negligence. It had a problem and it was sunk, 40 children died, and the Minister of Defense resigned. That is there in the country. Even the president saying to IGP to resign, he is not resigning. So how can you run the country? Country in a very serious situation. President say one thing, IGP deny. IGP not following. Still, security in Sri Lanka at large is zero. So statement like this, to satisfy some countries, to satisfy certain groups, is not accepted. They had enough time from 21st even to 25th, pass several laws. Now see Parliament meeting 7th. A big blast happened in Sri Lanka. They are in a jolly mood good in hotels. Why can't immediately call the Parliament and pass these laws? Why you are doing it? Large scale. Where is the rule of law in Sri Lanka, as Minister say? Prime Minister say? If an innocent person arrested, he would have kept in jail for 14 days. A minister's brother arrested, immediately after 10 minutes released. Lot of links people, experts say who had done these things. So statement like this tarnish the image of the country, and Sri Lanka is one of the top country in the Commonwealth, one of the top country in the United Nations. If the Prime Minister say we have no laws to arrest, what you have done last few years. Last but not least, I give two examples. In 2015, state of Ohio, 12 Americans, they went to Syria, they went to Iraq and also Afghanistan. They got the military training. Immediately after they returned to the country, investigation done by the FBI and intelligence service, arrested them. They never had a plan to blast anyone. They never had a plan to manufacture bombs. They only arrested after taking military training. And now they are in jail, Ohio prison, for 20 years. Similar things like Sri Lanka. Like PTA, they have the Patriotic Act. No emergency regulation. No state of emergency. But they were arrested. Similar things were in there, Russia. So I mean, these things, a lot of examples I can give. But finally, what we come to a conclusion is where the clear picture was not given. Even not a single minister gave a statement. Even foreign minister is silent today. They are not making any statement. Why? That's tragedy we can see. So international embassies must come forward and ask questions. These laws are there. Why you have not, even today I can't see anything, whether implementing or not. So time to time. Now Vanathavilluwa incident. People were arrested. All these explosives were there. Why the minister has not put emergency regulations? Why the minister not imposed regulation under Prevention of Terrorism Act? Are you making bombs to play? No. No. That is where weakening of the intelligence services in Sri Lanka purposely, intentionally had come to that state. Even remaining intelligence gave the information. Even India gave the information. This is where finally I can say, still no case have been filed against these responsible people, responsible terrorists and officials in Sri Lanka.
Accordingly, it is clear that Ranil Wickremesinghe is an anti-democratic head of state against international conventions. It is further confirmed that he knew in advance of the brutal terrorist attack on Sri Lanka but failed to take necessary preventive measures. What type of Prime Minister is he? I question on behalf of the people of Sri Lanka. නිදහස් සංවාද වැඩබිම පක්ෂ දේශපාලනයට එපිටින් transcends party politics.